have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw.
Outside, and I just want to help. Like I said, the fighters is up and coming.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly teamed up with Lamont Roach ahead of his highly anticipated rematch against Gervonta Davis. With Mayweather's legendary defensive prowess and strategic brilliance, Roach is fine-tuning his technique, footwork, and ring IQ. This elite training could provide Roach with the crucial edge he needs to pull off a stunning victory in their upcoming showdown. Lamont Roach's training footage is looking razor-sharp. His speed, footwork, and technique are all on point, showcasing significant improvement. Every punch lands with precision, his movement flows effortlessly, and his focus is unwavering. Roach looks more determined than ever, showing no signs of slowing down as he prepares for the rematch. Lamont Roach is more determined than ever, vowing to push himself harder this time to secure a decisive victory. Fueled by the controversy surrounding their first fight, he knows he must go above and beyond in training to leave no doubt about his superiority in the ring. With unwavering focus and relentless drive, Roach is preparing to make a statement in the rematch.
I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder. I have to train harder. I have to be more mean. I have to be more physical. I have to do a lot. I have to do everything just a little more. And I think that will definitely put me over the hump. And I'm more than motivated to get back in there, get back in the camp, and work hard so I can secure a victory over a pound-for-pound fighter, in which I believe that I am myself.
Floyd Mayweather has always been passionate about mentoring young fighters, playing a crucial role in Gervonta Davis's early career by providing guidance and strategic insights. Now that Davis has moved on from Mayweather Promotions, Floyd is shifting his focus to other rising talents, including Lamont Roach. This new alliance adds an extra layer of intrigue to the rematch, as Mayweather's expertise could play a pivotal role in Roach's preparation.
Do you will come back to boxing?
Oh no! I'm not coming back to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing was good to me. I was able to make a lot of smart investments on the outside, and I just want to help. Like I said, the fighters is up and coming. Like I was talking about, like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't understand why he's not in the top 10 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Benavidez. The list goes on. There's so many tough fighters out there. So many great young champions out there that I'm proud of.
Mayweather has frequently emphasized his role in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, but these comments have occasionally sparked tension between them. Davis, determined to establish his own legacy, has grown frustrated with Mayweather taking credit for his success. Their relationship has been strained at times, adding yet another layer of drama to this evolving boxing rivalry.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
This isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather has assisted a fighter preparing to take on Gervonta Davis. In the past, he lent his expertise to Frank Martin ahead of his bout against Tank. With Mayweather's deep understanding of Davis's style and tactics, his involvement in Roach's camp could be a game-changer. giving Roach a crucial edge in the rematch.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heed to it and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Floyd Mayweather has always championed a methodical, calculated approach to boxing, with a strong emphasis on defensive mastery and technical precision. This philosophy seems to align well with Lamont Roach's evolving skill set, as his recent improvements suggest he may be incorporating elements of Mayweather's style into his own game plan. However, critics argue that Mayweather's training methods have their flaws. Some believe his fighters become overly reliant on technical skills and defensive maneuvers, potentially neglecting the endurance and grit needed in high-pressure fights. Additionally, Mayweather's belief that a short training camp is sufficient has been met with skepticism by those who insist that long-term conditioning is key to sustained success in the ring.
You train 6 weeks before the fight, and Floyd Mayweather messed these boxers up thinking that they can only train 6 weeks before the fight and then they'll be good. Y'all remember when Floyd said that? Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat him. And all these fighters adapted to that. Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat him. Only one that haven't adapted to it, I have to give them props where props is due, is Terrence Crawford.
To better prepare for his showdown with Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach has expressed interest in sparring with Jaron Boots Ennis. Roach sees similarities between Ennis and Davis in terms of speed, explosiveness, and overall boxing style.
Is it true? You did want to see me get some work with Boots? I saw in the interview. Yeah, I'm gonna call Boots. You gonna call him? I'm gonna call him. But what? They say they what? They say the shit that's right up the road. That's right up the road. Obviously, Tank cracking. Boots cracking. Why not?
Roach is convinced that many are underestimating his abilities, but he's ready to prove the doubters wrong. On fight night, he believes he will shock the world with an upset victory that will leave Gervonta Davis's fans stunned. Fueled by confidence in his skill set and preparation, Roach is more determined than ever to step into the ring and walk away with the win.
What came to fight was a very competitive fight, good fight. You wore him down, I remember very well, wore him down, took control, looked very impressive. And the rumor is, not the rumor, the facts is, you have a fight coming up in a few weeks versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's gonna be an upset.
Roach has openly expressed confidence in his training and overall skill set, asserting that he has everything necessary to secure victory. He is focused intensely on improving his power, endurance, and defensive strategy, ensuring that no aspect of his game is overlooked. According to Roach, he is stepping into the ring as a complete fighter, ready to take on any challenge and prove himself on the biggest stage.
30 people, knocked out, 28 of them, right? What makes you different?
He probably can answer that question. He probably can answer that question. But it's the skill, the will. I got the whole package, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not sitting there waiting to get hit by nobody, especially with somebody that's supposed to be a power puncher. That's evidently a power puncher. I got too much. I got too much for me to go out like that. I'm not saying he don't, but I can't like. If anything, I'm trying to flip it around. I'm trying to make it flip the narrative. Like I'm the one in there.
Jeff Mayweather recently analyzed the first fight and shared his belief that Lamont Roach threw and landed more punches than Gervonta Davis. As a longtime supporter of Tank, Jeff was surprised to see Davis struggle and not perform at his usual high level. After reviewing the bout, he even suggested that Roach may have done enough to deserve the win, adding to the ongoing debate about the fight's outcome.
That's the worst decision I think I might have ever seen. I don't know how that's not a knockdown. But anyway, thoughts on the overall fight first, Jeff?
I think that it was a good fight on both sides, and I do think that Roach actually won the fight. I thought he outworked Tank. Thought that he threw more punches than Tank. It seemed like Tank was fighting like he always do. It just seemed like he was just waiting for him to figure out whoever was in front of him like he always do and then go to work. But this time when he went to work, the guy went to work back. So, I mean, he had somebody that was firing back at him. It's the same way.
Yeah. I think the commentators and most of us at home thought, kind of the same thing. You thought Roach would bank some of those early rounds to prepare for the onslaught later. And when it didn't really happen, it was pretty even. We said, well, this is going to be a one-sided fight. But yeah, it never happened. And Roach, through the latter half of the fight, actually seemed to do better than the first half.
I thought he did good pretty much all the way through the fight. I mean, there was a few rounds where he didn't do that well, but I mean, I thought he won the fight clearly. I mean, I didn't see Gervonta really the Gervonta that I know. I mean, I'm a big Gervonta fan, but I didn't see none of the Gervonta that I'm used to seeing.
Why do you think that is? Roach was pretty lightly valued coming into the fight, moving up a weight class. It's not somebody that they expected to give him a huge challenge. What do you think it was that Roach presented to Tank that made it so difficult for him?
The one thing is that he fought at the right distance, and he let his hands go, and that's the most important part. Is that's how you win a fight, by letting your hands go. I mean, Gervonta was sitting back, waiting like he normally does, and then all of a sudden he finishes them. He always finishes opponents, but this time it didn't happen.
Boxing enthusiast Sauce Walker has been outspoken in his belief that Lamont Roach outperformed Gervonta Davis in their first fight. He argues that Roach's superior strategy and execution should have earned him the victory and insists that anyone with a deep understanding of boxing can see that Davis was outclassed that night, regardless of the official decision.
Do you think that they should have counted that point against him? Do you think Lamont Roach won, or do you think it wasn't enough?
It could be considered a rightful draw, but I also lean towards that Lamont Roach won that fight. I believe he won the fight simply because he outclassed the champ. In boxing, you have to do two things to beat the champ. You either got to knock out the champ or completely outclass the champ. But you have to beat the champ. You're not going to just get the win because you survived or you put up a good fight. Bro lost that fight.
Facts.
Like when you really, really know boxing and know boxing for what it really, really is, Tank lost that fight. No matter how much people, emotions and feelings are attached to it, because Tank is a hero of the hood. The ghetto loved the Tank. Gervonta Davis has been crowned king. My personal opinion, I don't think he should take the rematch, and I think he's already done what you just said. I think off of what he's already accomplished with the draw, he's already in a life-changing situation to where he could change every person around his life forever. He's now what's called a prize fighter, guaranteed. He's now what's also called a A-side fighter right now. But if he does what I like to call the Deontay Wilder and chase the legacy of getting the win, because you thinking from more of 100% on the boxing aspect than the business aspect, which Gervonta Davis has clearly showed everybody, the larger amount of his success is from the business module of the way he does boxing that was being gifted to him through Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and PBC. But at the end of the day, so and what. That's what he's supposed to do. I'm not mad at Gervonta Davis for that.
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult highlighted a peculiar moment in the fight, questioning why Gervonta Davis went to his corner after being knocked down. He emphasized that a fighter of Davis's caliber wouldn't typically react that way, suggesting that the knockdown may have impacted him more than he was willing to admit. This observation adds to the debate about how much Roach's performance truly affected Tank that night.
Y'all explain to me how the hell that wasn't a knockdown. That was a knockdown, period. He took a knee for the break. That's a knockdown. You can't pump fake a knockdown. Everybody would be pump faking knockdowns. Y'all gonna be like, Tank was smart for that. You can't take a knee, pump fake a knockdown, and then walk to your corner in the middle of the round and scream for a towel, and they wipe you down, and there's gonna be y'all saying some disgusting shit. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, Tank can do what he wants, because Tank, yo, hey, listen, we ain't got that kind of time, dog. You can't do that, bro. If any part of your body other than your feet touch the canvas following a landed shot is a knockdown. Who is fixing the fights now? Oh, shit.
If Devin your God, y'all gotta pay me now. I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him.
Who is fixing the fights now?
Tank's team remains confident that their original game plan was the right one. According to his coach, they're not making any major adjustments to their training strategy, as they believe they had the correct approach from the start. Instead, their focus this time is on refining execution and ensuring that Tank is in peak condition, fully prepared to dominate in the rematch.
Shit. I mean, is he a boxer? Do we even need Tank to be 100% to beat Jake Paul?
I mean, I would say be 100% because of his size. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
And Jake Paul is getting better with time. You know, compared to when he first started. He definitely he learned it. A lot of guys ain't had no amateur fights. They turned pro and they learned on the job, and that's exactly what Jake doing. You know, especially in the heavyweight division.
Do you think Jake Paul has enough size and power to stop Tank?
The first fight between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis proved to be one of the toughest challenges of Tank's career. Davis had never faced this level of adversity before, as Roach pushed him to his limits. The rematch will be a defining moment. Will Davis make the necessary adjustments, or will Roach's style continue to trouble him? The answer could shape the future of both fighters.
And most notably, I'll just speak about a fight that we just had with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. My message to Tank after that fight, it was given a draw. A lot of controversy around Tank taking a knee due to hair banding his face or his eyes, so forth and so on, and burning his eyes. And in my opinion, it was a competitive fight. The judges judged it as a draw. A lot of people saying it was rigged, all these different things, so forth and so on. Whatever it may be. The fight is over.
Roach has emphasized that not every fighter can execute the strategy he used against Gervonta Davis. He believes his unique skill set, combined with his patience and ability to control the fight's pace, was the key to his success against Tank. According to Roach, his approach isn't something just anyone can replicate. It's a game plan tailored specifically to his strengths, making him a unique threat in the rematch.
You've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed.
Tank's trainer, Kenny Ellis, remains skeptical that Roach's intense training will be enough to secure victory. While he acknowledges Roach's dedication, Ellis argues that true toughness isn't just about preparation. It's about heart and the ability to endure punishment when it matters most. Training hard is one thing, he stated, but surviving the fight is another.
So, without the knee, you have it 7-5 Tank winning it. How does Tank feel after the loss? I mean, the draw.
I mean,
it seemed like he seemed like he took it well when he had the mic.
I went to the press with Tank. I mean, we didn't discuss it. I ain't talked to him yet.
Okay. Looking at all the fighters talk about the knee, does that surprise you?
Well, you got haters with everything he do. You know, you just got Tank haters. But you know, fighters been taking knees through the history of boxing. You know, so people want to talk. People want to talk.
So you believe that this was an honest mistake when it came down to Tank taking that knee, or do you feel like this is something that happens in boxing?
It wasn't illegal, so I ain't gonna say it was a mistake.
That's why I asked you that's exact way. Like, do you feel like it was a mistake, or do you feel like no, this is a veteran move? This is stuff that happens in boxing.
It happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. You know, it wasn't illegal.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more boxing updates. Stay tuned for the next one.